Hello. Welcome to You Can Have It All. It's Miracle Thursday. And it's time to call in and claim your miracle today.
Welcome to You Can Have It All with Camille Conti, success coach and leading divine channel, featuring the miracles of life, faith, family, marriage, finance, and spirituality. You truly can have it all. You can get where you desire, regardless of what you've survived or where you are now. There is nothing too grand. You just have to believe, receive, and make no apologies. Call in for your miracle today or share your miracle story and let us celebrate you. Let's claim your miracle today. Call in live now at 1-585-684-3560. That's 1-585-684-3560.
That's right. And we are going to be sharing miracles and manifesting miracles today. It's Miracle Thursday, and we are going to be having no-nonsense coaching, conversations about you can have it all, and manifesting miracles and celebrating miracles. Now, today I would like to share a miracle that was probably one of the foundational ones for me back when I started working within the realm of using my intuition and looking at holistics as an alternative for health and healing, especially when we were working with my son to help him to clear some of his medical conditions. And one of the ones that I used when I was getting training was when I had broken my wrist. And I had to have a cast on for 6 weeks. I was close to having to have the surgery for the broken bones, but I was luckily not having to have the surgery itself. However, one of my holistic healer provider friends and colleagues had told me at the time about visualization. And I had remembered using it back when I was in high school and I was on the dance team and we were champions. And I had to be in bed for 2 weeks before our competition. And I wasn't able to practice, and we were doing synchronized dancing. And I had the team come over every day after school, and we did practice the dance routine with the music. And I laid in my bed and did it in my mind while the rest of the girls were actually doing the dance movements. And so I did mind movies of me doing the synchronized dance routine. And I was one of the people on the bottom because we were doing cheerleading too, so we were doing mounds and everything. And I wasn't able to practice for probably a month actually before the competition. And when I was finally ready to be able to be out of bed and going to school, it was only a day or two before the competition. And we did actually win first place, which was shocking to our teacher, our coach at the time, that we did win with me not being able to physically practice. And so that's when I used my visualization skills. And again, when I broke my wrist, which was only about maybe 12 or 15 years ago, I think about 12 years ago, one of my holistic friends said that if I were to practice doing the physical therapy in my mind and visualize myself doing it while I still had the cast on, when I got the cast off, I would be in better shape. So I did try it. She was a physical therapist by trade as well, so she looked at my x-rays and she told me what they were going to have me doing once the cast came off. So when I went to my physical therapy appointment after the cast removal and they checked the range of motion of what I was able to do, it was surprising. The gentleman said, "What in the world, are you on some kind of morphine or pain medication right now?" He said, "You shouldn't be able to move your wrist that way." And he said, "Let me look at these x-rays again." He said, "I got to go pull these out again because I can't believe what I'm seeing. Let me see what I'm seeing here." He looked at it and he goes, "There's no way you should be able to do that based on the fact that you just got your cast off like 3 days ago. And so I said, well, can I share with you what I've been doing? I've been doing the metaphysical healing where I visualize myself doing the exercises. And I told him which exercises. I showed him which ones I was doing. And there was about 4 of them. And I was doing reps of 10, 3 times a day of them. And he goes, I've actually heard of that before, but I've never seen anyone who did it. He goes, I'm totally shocked. He goes, you don't even need physical therapy. He said, this is amazing. And he said he was going to be telling people about it too. And I had shared it with my doctor who did put the cast on me. And he said, all right, good luck with that, lady. He wasn't too impressed with my ideas. But when I went back for the checkup and shared it with him, he was impressed. So I was able to share the miracle story of being able to use our minds to create miracles. And we can do that with our hearts. We can do it with our spirits. We can do it with our prayer life, working with your higher power, working with your spiritual counsel. And there's so many different ways that you can manifest miracles. So I'm looking here, and it looks like we do have a caller, and we have Tina calling in from Ohio. So I'm going to pick up her call. And if you'd like to call in, there's a free gift for everybody who calls in today. You can call our number and get into the call queue at 585-684-3560. So that is 585-684-3560. And I look forward to having you share your miracle with me today and or manifest a new miracle for you in your life. Okay, Tina, let's get her on the line. Tina?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello. Thank you for calling in today on our You Can Have It All
I
podcast.
can. You're welcome. I'm excited about this.
Yes, I'm super excited too. And you are going to be getting a free gift for calling in as well. Going to give you a few choices to pick at the end. So
okay.
I had asked you to, okay. Do you have a miracle to share, or do you have a miracle that you'd like to manifest, or both?
Both, please.
Okay, awesome. Well, why don't you go ahead first and share your miracle with us so that we can celebrate.
Okay. Thank you. So first of all, the celebration is not just me, but it is for you as well, because it's due to your coaching over the past 2 years that I am able to claim and share this miracle with everybody. So,
awesome. Thank you
by
for
nature,
calling in today.
You're welcome. So by nature, I kind of like to, stay where I'm comfortable in my comfort zone. And, as a result of that, I stayed in an unhealthy relationship for over a decade. And then after receiving your coaching, I was able to build the confidence within myself to step outside of my comfort zones in so many different ways. And one of the ones that I really...
And you know what?
Thank
this
you.
Isn't to be taken lightly, because some women and men spend a lifetime pleasing others and putting others first and self-sacrificing and hence self-sabotaging. I know I am a recovered person of self-sacrificing and self-sabotaging when we don't have enough feeling of that we deserve and are worthy of what we would like to experience in life. And you are still very young, and for you to have accomplished this at such a young age, before the halfway, or maybe the halfway point at 50, but at these days that's not even the halfway point, more like 75 or somewhere higher now. And for you to have achieved this already at this time, look at what your life forward, what you are going to be able to accomplish as a result, and the fact that you've also been able to set the tone and set the bar high for your children as well, because we're role models for our children.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I think that, you teaching me how to love myself and that I can go on and teach my children to love themselves as well as now my clients. It's just absolutely the most beautiful, selfless thing that you can do. And so the other part of that miracle, because I recognize that that's a miracle in itself, is that because of this, I went out on a limb, and I've always had a little bit of a fear around death. And
Around
after
what?
some
I missed.
development
I
around
missed that
death,
one. Oh, okay.
death,
Yes.
around death, yes.
Around death.
So
Okay.
after some spiritual, yes. So after some spiritual development, I I went out on a limb, and last year I went to of course, pre-COVID, I went to a volunteer training for hospice. And
Oh,
just 2 months
awesome.
ago, yes, and just 2 months ago, they called me in to come and work with the comfort team to do, Reiki healing and soft relaxation massage and relaxation touch. And as a result of this volunteering experiencing and stepping out of my comfort zone, and just having the honor and privilege to be around and help to relax people that are experiencing their transition has been the most amazing, miraculous thing. And also, now there's like all of these opportunities I would have never imagined. I've got the priest that wants me and the lady that I work with as a part of the comfort care team to go to Ireland and Israel and do my
Awesome.
singing
Wow.
bowls while she does her guided imagery, and just all kinds of absolutely amazing, wonderful things. And I am feeling so blessed and inspired by it. So
I'm clapping
that is
for
my
you.
miracle.
Everybody clap. This is amazing. So basically, you opened the floodgates of miracles in your life.
Yes,
So
I
would
did.
you say that um, the miracle started with you beginning to have boundaries that were reasonable and fair for yourself, and then to keep your boundaries for yourself, create a new rule book of what you will and will not participate or tolerate, or participate in or tolerate?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, I would even go as far as saying that because, of those boundaries and realizing that they're reasonable boundaries that I was setting, that any decent human being deserved to be treated, that actually deserved to be treated better. So yes, it was absolutely mind-blowing.
Yes. So we can encourage everyone listening to this podcast or watching it on YouTube or Facebook Live or recorded later. We can encourage them to create boundaries for themselves that are fair and reasonable, or what we like to call a little rule and policy guidebook for themselves of what they will and will not tolerate and what they will participate in, so that they can create these miracles in their life, because there is a huge miracle in actually valuing yourself. And what you did when you decided to make boundaries and keep boundaries is you decided to value yourself. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. I agree 100%, and also to not tolerate anybody that doesn't value me as well, being in my life.
Exactly. And so now you've noticed how when we value ourselves, then the world values us and we start getting treated like we're valuable.
Yes, yes, I do see this so much.
Yeah. And then when we don't value ourselves, what happens? Others don't value us. So it all
Exactly, and
starts
it
with,
actually happens to usually be people that don't value themselves.
right. So it takes somebody in the group to start being the one who values themselves and values others. And it's actually harder to value others if we're not valuing ourselves, believe it or not. Just like if we don't love ourselves, it's hard to love others. So people who aren't treating us right, they normally are suffering from the same thing, that they don't love themselves and therefore they're not loving others and treating others the right way. And so we are able to start what should I say? You pushed the first domino over. And now the domino effect is taking place in your life. And you're seeing
Yes, it is.
more and more positive things. You opened up those floodgates. So tell me, what has been your favorite part of this process of enjoying and experiencing the miracles?
Oh my gosh, all of it. every single bit of it. Like dissolving my fears, really wondering and thinking about what my fears are, actually what they really are, and then realizing, oh my gosh, well, that's not that big of a deal, and coming to terms with it and letting it go and stepping outside of my comfort zone and just being able to love, everything and everybody and myself, and it's just seriously miraculous. It's absolutely amazing. I can't even count how many things that have just happened out of the blue in the past year to 2 years that are like, oh my gosh, and it would have never happened if I wouldn't have stepped outside of my comfort zone. I would still be sitting in my chair feeling like, oh God, how am I going to not say something wrong today and walk on eggshells today, and so on and so forth, and just sitting there,
Right.
So
And
it's just amazing.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, sitting in their chair includes depression and anxiety and other types of self-sabotaging behaviors that, not that depression and anxiety are self-sabotaging, but they can turn into a trickle-down effect of other things. But
Yes.
often we've actually created our own depression without knowing it until we find out that we have to value ourselves, love ourselves, have boundaries. And then as we do that, I found for myself personally, because I was having depression at one time, it started to dissipate because I decided to value myself. And I am so excited that you're able to see the huge, remarkable difference. So do you mind me asking if you could paint a snapshot of what it looked like before you had boundaries, like a little snapshot of of kind of like what was going on in your life, and then do a little so that's the before and the after, and then a little snapshot of the after, so that we can like look at them side by side. Would you be able to do that?
Oh, absolutely. Sure, I could. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, it starts with my chair. Literally everything that I did was revolved around what I could do to try to walk on eggshells, not upset my ex, and also make it so that our children didn't upset him either. It looked like, just watching a lot of TV. I mean, I did do a lot of things. I did homeschool the kids, and they were involved with a lot of things. So I was taking them here and there and all of those types of things. But it was basically my day in life was get up, like cook, clean, take care of the kids. Don't do anything for myself because that would be ridiculous and not of what my expectations were, not for myself, but what my ex's expectations for myself were. I wasn't to go get a job. All kinds of stuff. So it wasn't a pretty picture.
This
and
was with your ex, that he didn't want you to get a job
yes.
either? Or he or she, he?
Yes, he did not want me to get a job. Yes,
okay.
He wanted me to, just stay home and take care of the kids, and, do whatever he needed me to do.
And do you mind me asking, was he being polite and kind and respectful to you and honoring you as a human being the way that you honored and respected him?
Nope, not even close.
So there wasn't an even circle of energy of giving and receiving. So you were giving more than you were receiving, it sounds like.
I was giving way more than I was receiving, yes.
Okay, so congratulations for being a recovering overgiver. A recovered, not recovering, a recovered overgiver. Join the
Thank
club.
you.
You are no
I
longer
am now,
an
and now
overgiver.
what it is I am a receiver now and a giver. So
Right.
I whatever I give, I make sure I am open to the receiving of it.
Perfect. Exactly how it should be is always making sure that as much as you're giving, you're receiving. And of course, it doesn't have to be the same thing, but if you feel like you're giving a lot, you have to feel like you're receiving a lot, even if what you receive
Yes.
is different than what you give, because everybody in a relationship, depending on what kind of relationship, whether it's mother daughter, wife husband, partner and partner, teacher student, whatever it is, it's got to be an even exchange of energy. And you have now entered the zone of an even exchange of energy lifestyle, which creates miracles in and of itself.
Yes.
So you will continue to make them, create them, and experience them for the rest of your life as you stay strong and true to yourself.
Yes. And as a result, my after snapshot is so while I was depressed and not, honoring myself and being honored by others, as a result of that, I started it opened me up to the world of healing through my thoughts, and to you, and to Reiki, and to all of the things that just make my soul so happy. And now I can honestly not even tell you the last time I had a moment to sit in my chair, because I am just doing all that I do. Like I am doing what I love to do. I'm helping to, help others that have been in my situation, and I help different organizations. I'm on different board of directors of, the Reach Our Youth in our town and the Head Start. And now, because of where I'm at now, tomorrow I was asked a few days ago if I could speak for the whole entire agency of the CAC Head Start and play
Awesome.
my
This is
singing bowls
great.
for them. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't stop.
Congratulations.
Like, all of these amazing things just keep happening. So
And they're going to just keep
it's
happening.
unbelievable.
This is fantastic. Well, this is an amazing before and after. And I am just absolutely thrilled beyond belief at what you're going to be able to do to teach others now and help others, because you said now that you're going to be speaking, you're going to be teaching, and I bet you've probably put two and two together that the reason why your soul allowed you to go through that first chapter of your life with that was so that you could learn how to master it and then help others, because it's such a huge thing people need in the
100%.
world. And so it's really easy to
Yes.
forgive yourself when you realize that it's part of your soul journey and part of your soul mission, and you're right on track, and you've always been right on track the whole entire time, even though at times you had no idea of that back when you weren't feeling like you were on track, right?
Correct.
And I can say that because I also went through that process as well. And I'm excited for the fact that you are going to actually be able to step people through and have them have a very short experience of boot camp rather than a long experience. So people who meet you and find you are going to be able to turn their life around and maybe suffer less, 6 months less, 1 year less, 10 years less, maybe even 20 or 30 or 40 years less. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, now we're going to segue over to the miracle that you are manifesting now that you'd like to create in your life. So, what is that? What is your new miracle that you're manifesting?
Okay, so over the past 2 months as I've been trying to create my business. It's not easy to do in the middle of a pandemic, although sometimes it is for a lot of people for different things. It can be. But I think what is holding me back maybe a little bit is one of the fears that I still have is having the courage and the strength within myself to go ahead and just give this my all, because I have been on, I have received assistance from the government for my 3 small children, and so now I'm afraid that since my income isn't guaranteed like it would be, at a different job that I went to. I'm worried about that, and I think that is holding me back, and I want to be able to break free from that fear and that need and that struggle that I'm having with that.
Okay, so we can do some no-nonsense coaching for this right now if you're open to that, and then work on manifesting the miracle, because I feel that we can make miracles happen in our life when we pray like it's all up to God and act like it's all up to us and open up to it. So first I'm going to work with you, coach you on the act like it's all up to us part. And then we're going to add in the actual spiritual component of it. And
perfect.
I'd like to start with, I think what I heard you saying, and I want to make sure that I clarify with you first, that you want to make sure that you make that drop dead number monthly that you need in order to run your family and your household.
Yes.
Okay. And you're trying to make a transition from having government assistance to help you with your small children, your flock. You have a flock.
I do.
And you're trying to make the transition from needing some assistance to not needing some assistance, right?
Correct. Mostly because my son that was premature when he was born has a lot of, different medical things. And although he's been doing absolutely amazing health-wise since I've been doing better and the energy is better in the house,
isn't that magical?
I still worry
happens?
about. Yes. And I am
miraculous.
I get. Yes. So I think that it's the medical component, having the state medical assistance, and then just wanting to be able to break free and not have to have that anymore. No longer need to worry about that, not only because he's healthy now, but also because even if something were to happen, then I wouldn't have to worry about taking him to the emergency room because it's going to cost me an arm or a leg or myself or whatever. So, yeah.
Right. Now, okay, so going into the no-nonsense coaching component of it, that you have, yes, given me permission to go forward with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not familiar with all the rules in Ohio because you're in Ohio, right?
Yes.
Does Ohio have government insurance where you can, based on your income, you either get it for close to free or you pay a certain premium per month, and the premium is different based on whatever income level that you're at?
So to tell you the truth about that, I'm not exactly sure. I just know that we qualify at the income level that I'm at right now, and the health insurance then, is very minimal. Like, we pay for certain prescriptions, but other than that, it's covered. And so I don't actually know. I don't believe that there is a cap. I think that it would be outside of like the medical card, like the medical card, or not Medicare, that's different, medical card, I think that's outside of it. So once you reach a certain income and or, get into a job that offers insurance, then you have to, get off of the insurance and pay for get your own, which is great. I want to do that. I want to make enough to be, but like, again, it's scary just because I'm not, I'm still worried about the whole letting people come to me. Like, I need to break that fear.
Okay, so you're starting a new business, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now call up the health insurance provider at Ohio State and find out if they have the sliding income premium scale. Because I know in New York State, where I live, you can even, don't quote me on this, those of you New Yorkers, but I think it's still up to $70,000 a year that you can be making and still get some assistance, meaning you're paying a premium, but it's lower than a premium you would pay if you were getting no assistance at all, kind of thing. And so,
okay, I will check on that.
So like if you're at 25 grand a year, then you're paying X amount or not at all. It depends on how many family members, how many children are in your household, and all of those numbers that they have to figure it out. The beautiful algorithms that they have figured out. Or you might be at some point there's a breaking point where you'd owe something, but not the full premium in New York State. But I don't know that about all the other states in the country. So I do know that I didn't know that for a long time about my state until I had a healthcare provider tell me. So for a long time, I could have been using the program and didn't even realize that there was a sliding scale. So go ahead and add that to your to-do list for homework.
Okay.
Here we are in our podcast, giving podcast homework, and find that out, because if that's the case in Ohio, then that could add to you feeling a little bit better about it, right?
Hello?
Oh, yay, we've got you back again.
Hi.
We left you a voicemail while being live.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry, we didn't give your phone number out, so you won't be getting any other calls.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, so I had asked you a question, but I didn't hear your response. So if Ohio State does have some kind of a sliding scale, I'm imagining that would make you feel a little bit better, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So definitely look into that. Okay, now the next thing is, I do know that they have, when you're with public assistance, if you have a certain amount of income, that's where it caps off. So you're allowed to make a certain amount. Find out what that is, because then we can make a budget. Okay, we can create a budget around. Okay, here, once you break the threshold and now any kind of assistance goes away, what number do you have to be at? Okay, we need to know what that number is. So put that down for your homework, because we will definitely have another conversation about this. In fact, I would love it if you were able to, if we could have you call back next Wednesday. And if next Wednesday didn't work for your work schedule, we could even do it the Wednesday after at 3:00. And
well, I can tell you right now, I would need to make about $3,500 a month, so $3,500 to $4,000 a month.
Okay, good. So now what for homework is, you need to find out what the threshold is that the assistance is going to say, okay, now that you're making this much per month, you don't get any more assistance from us. We need to know what that number is. Okay, because every state is different, so I'm certainly not going to play any guessing games, and I'm not going to try to intuitively bring it in either, because it's too important to get the right number for you to create a budget for you. Okay, so right now you need $3,500 a month. Is that before expenses or after expenses in your business? And we are manifesting miracles and celebrating miracles. It is Miracle Thursday, and we are live here with Tina from Ohio. It looks like we've got her back in the queue. Tina, are you with me?
I am here.
Awesome. Thank you for being able to stay with us with all of this funness of the technology.
Yes, no problem.
I was just telling the universe, I said, I think I already have a lot of humility, and apparently I still need more because we're live and we've got all kinds of goofy stuff happening. So I'm accepting all lessons learned here, and we're moving forward. Okay, so we got to the point where we know that your target is your drop dead number, I like to say, is $3,500 a month, right? And that's after expenses in your business, so that is spendable money to take care of your family. Correct?
No, that's just with what I need to live off of.
Well, right. That's why we said that's the minimum number. We can't go any lower than.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not the desired maximum number, right?
No.
This is
Correct.
like, this has to happen in order to take care of my family. Okay. And then what is your first target number that is a desired number?
Now, my first target desired number would be 10,000.
Okay, 10,000. Good number to start out with, and then we'll increase it from there. Once you hit that, okay? All right. So,
Okay.
by the way, I remember when I was transitioning from having a job to having my self-employment, my business pay my bills. And there is a moment where you cross the threshold on faith, but it's calculated faith too, where you've got all your T's crossed, your I's dotted, you've got a lot of stuff going and moving forward. You've got a plan, you're working your plan, your numbers are building, and you know that if you just do more of what you're already doing, your numbers will go to the place that they need to go. Okay? So, the good thing is, you know, you have some space there, because I know there's a certain amount of money that you're able to be making before assistance would cut off. I just don't know that number for you. And it doesn't sound like you know that number yet either, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, the important thing to know is that once we've got that number and you're building your business, because you are going to be we're going to be coaching you because you're in the coaching program with us. We are going to be able to look at what you did, what you were doing in a 30-day period to bring in X amount of dollars. And then we're able to look at what needs to be taken out of what you're doing and what needs to be increased and do more of, so that we can get your time that you use in your business to be most effective and productive for you. Keeping in mind that you also have to make sure that you're fulfilling your heart of feeling really good about what you're doing, you know, working with integrity with your clients. And there's a formula that we can create for you once we get things going. Okay, so for instance, the higher end packages is very important to focus on. Even if you're doing singing bowls or Reiki or any of the other modalities besides coaching, you actually need to have package offerings. And with high-end package offerings, for instance, it might be that they get a series of 4 Reiki sessions. So if they purchase 4 Reiki sessions, they get 5. So they get 1 for free because they've purchased 4 if they purchase it in a package. So if your session is $150, for instance, then when they purchase 4 sessions for $600, you'll actually give them a 5th session as a free gift with purchase. And you can even
Okay.
give them a little bit of a discounted rate. So you can tell them that when you purchase 1 session, it's $150. And then when you purchase 4 sessions, instead of it being $600, you could say it's $500. And that they're getting $25 off of each session. And so they're saving $100 and getting the 4 for $500, plus you're throwing in a 5th one as a free gift with purchase.
I love
Does
it.
that make sense? So now,
Yes.
depending on the client, you may be doing these sessions once a month. You might be doing them once a week or bi-weekly, or fortnightly, they call it in the UK, I think. But every other week. And this way, the client is able to become familiar with your work and how it helps support them in their life. And they are generally very apt to purchase another grouping of 4 after that. And of course, you would normally honor that price unless it's been a year where you've had to raise your prices because you have so many clients and only so much time in a day. You've got to increase your prices, for instance. Okay, does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I, for one, would personally not recommend selling the Reiki sessions all by themselves. I would include it with a coaching program because whatever they're coming to you for Reiki, whatever that might be, whether it's stress reduction or whether it's pain management or as a result, they're working on trying to increase their self-love and manifest their divine partner, whatever it is, I would include a coaching package and have the Reiki be, if the coaching package is $3,500 for, let's say, 3 months or 6 months, depending on what's in your package and what you're giving them, then you could give them a series of Reiki sessions as a free gift with purchase when they purchase that day, a 24-hour bonus when they make the decision to buy with you. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I love that as well.
Yeah, because I'm a big believer that when you give a free gift with purchase or a bonus, a 24-hour bonus, you want it to be something super, super juicy and good that they would totally be willing to pay for all on its own. I don't believe in throwing crumbs as a bonus. I believe in throwing your best caviar or whatever your best stuff is, your gems, as the free gift. Because it makes it a far more juicier offer for them then. So then...
Yeah, and right now they're getting the life coaching while I'm doing the Reiki or the business coaching.
And that's backward. That is the way a lot of holistic providers start out until they realize they can't pay their bills and they're drained and dragging and they have to go back and get a real job and they're out of business. Or they're working way too much because they have a job, plus they're doing this on the side, and it's a recipe for failure because you can't get anywhere overworking yourself and being underpaid and drained, because it has to be an even exchange of energy. And people who really want the transformation, and they're willing to pay for it because they're not purchasing a Reiki session. They're purchasing the transformation of, in this case, stepping into their self-love and finding their divine partner. Okay. And so I believe in selling packages of transformation, not one-time Band-Aids and one-time aspirins and one-time Reiki sessions and one-time singing bowl sessions or whatever it is that you're offering as a modality. Instead, you want to actually become the contractor of their transformation, and you want to offer several of the things that they need within your package, and then you want to recommend during the coaching other things they need and assign it to them for homework.
Perfect.
And so if you are selling packages at like the lowest a high-end package should ever be is $1,997. And if you're selling packages like that, then all you need is two new clients a month in order to make your $4,000 and to hit your basic bare minimum numbers, $5,000 a month, or 5 clients a month to hit your goal of $10,000 a month. And so then you focus on bringing in 5 new clients for your 1997. So then we back it up and, okay, how are we going to find these 5 new clients? So then we lay out a program for how to accomplish that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So if you weren't my coaching client already and you had called in, at this point, I would say if you would like to work further on developing that strategic plan and having me help guide you through it, then let's talk more in detail privately and have a free strategic planning session consultation and apply at my website, divineceochat.com, which is my booking website, divineceochat.com. Since you're already my coaching client, we will be continuing this conversation that way. However, I would love for you to call in next week because it'll give you some added time. We're helping many others from people who are going to be able to listen to this podcast because it is held on not only Facebook and YouTube, but on all the different podcast companies. We've got it on Spotify. We've got it on Google, Apple, I think. We've got a whole bunch of them listed where you can type in, you can have it all with Camille Conti, and you can you'll be able to start listening to the shows. I think we only have one on there right now, so this will be the second one. And we'll probably edit out all the comedy show of crazy calls and crazy voicemails. So when you actually listen to it, it'll be cleaned up and shiny and spiffy, and it won't be so funny and goofy where we had that little caller problem.
Perfect.
Yeah. Now, today, we said that we would help manifest the miracle as well. So the stuff we just did, the coaching, that's the nitty-gritty strategic planning part. And you have your homework to get you to the next step because we need that number so that we can actually create a plan of how you're going to bring in your, 5 clients a month and how you're going to transition from getting public assistance to not getting it. Okay, and doing it legally, ethically, following all the rules, not breaking on any laws, and making sure that everybody is happy with how Tina is, functioning as a business owner and all that good stuff. And you're super happy that not only can you afford everything that your family needs, but you can afford what you want as well, because you are valuable, you're worthy, you deserve it, and you're doing things legally, morally, and ethically, and so you should have it. Correct?
Hello.
Look at that. We don't even have to tell jokes for the comedy part. We're
I know, it's
entertaining
awesome.
just by being us. Okay.
Yes.
So you've got your
I do
homework.
have nasty weather going on here. The clouds are yucky. It's so thick.
Okay.
So
that could possibly be adding into it too. Okay, so first we have to help you pick your exciting free gift for being a caller today. And are you going to be able to call in next week so that we can look at what your homework is and finish the strategic plan for the manifestation of your miracle of basically creating your livelihood through your brand new business that you're launching this year while letting go of public assistance legally, morally, and ethically and making a nice transition for you and your family?
I would be able to call in, but I wouldn't be able to until about 3:15.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that works perfect.
Okay.
And that way we can finish this up. And I can imagine that you possibly, as soon as you are ready, and we'll talk about this, I would like to invite you on as a guest speaker where you could actually be promoting your business as well. I would like to segue into that soon too. If you're interested, I am inviting you to do that when you feel like you've got your website address or your Facebook page, group, or whatever, where we have a container where people can contact you and find you.
I would love that. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. This is women empowering women, which is a huge thing that I believe in. I believe that when women are empowering women, we are creating a healthier and happier and more harmonious world. Okay, so for the free gift today, you get a choice of either receiving because our sponsor for our show is Natural Image Care, our skincare line, and our products, the certified organic skincare products, we love to give away a product of your choice to try as a free gift with visiting our show. We also have a digital download for age reversal. It's an advanced age reversal. It's a $300 value, and it is a total body healing on the theta state. And that is another option. And you might end up with both because you're going to get another gift next week. So which one do you want this week?
I would definitely like to have the total body image.
Okay, the age reversal, advanced age reversal limited edition, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Digital download? Okay, awesome. All right. Well, I can tell you that when I put you back into the queue, we're going to take down your information, and then we're going to get you over the information to receive it off of our website, CamilleConti.com, because it's actually on CamilleConti.com, and I will be giving you a coupon code to be able to go in there and get it for free and be able to download it. And I would definitely use it in the evenings while I'm falling asleep, like before I'm asleep, of course, each night for at least 30 days in a row. And it's at a theta state. It's going to allow you to use it differently every night. It'll talk you through it. You're going to love it.
I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are so welcome. Okay, so I will see you and hear from you again next week on Thursday at 3:15, and you've got your free gift, and you're going to be one of our guest speakers coming up soon in the next bit of time when we strategize how to have it all set up where you've got everything ready to receive contacts and people coming to you. And we'll have a private conversation about that, not on our podcast. And thank you again for calling in. It has been a huge pleasure. And you've been able to help a lot of people by sharing your miracle story, as well as the coaching on manifesting your new miracle.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, Camille. I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you. And you can stay on with us if you would like. We're just going to switch over now to the next segment of the show. And I want you to have an amazing day. I'm giving you a hug through the phone right now.
You too.
Okay. Have a great day, Tina.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are you a coach, healer, therapist, consultant? Or are you not working in the field? However, you have a lot of spiritual gifts and abilities. You can feel messages coming to you. Well, what kind of divine channel are you? Have you asked yourself that before? I have just the thing for you. Take my free quiz today and receive your free report on what kind of divine channel are you. Just go to my website at divinechannelnlp.com. Take your free quiz and get your free report today. Our show today is sponsored by Natural Image Care, my certified organic skincare collection. clinically proven for anti-aging. Visit us today at naturalimagecare.com and receive a wrinkle-free eye and lip repair cream with any purchase. Everything is plant-based, no animal testing, no PABAs or parabens, just creating healthy, gorgeous, beautiful skin. Increase your self-care routine today with healthy, awesome skincare products at naturalimagecare.com and use coupon code WRINKLEFREE and get yourself a free 1.7 ounce full-size bottle of my favorite product that I have on the market today, Wrinkle-Free Eye and Lip Repair Cream. Take down your dark circles, puffiness, fine lines, wrinkles, and make your skin bright and your eyes look incredible. All right, we had a great caller. Tina called in today, and she shared her miracle of being able to completely change up her life and be able to let go of bad behavior, basically, from an ex, and allowing somebody to not treat her well at all, and toxic behavior, and being an overgiver, and being able to turn that around and receive what she deserves by figuring out how to feel worthy, know that she's deserving, and be able to bring in a reasonable behavior, being able to set boundaries and have reasonable rules and policies of which she operates by, meaning what she will and will not participate in, what she will and will not tolerate, and then opening up the floodgates for amazing miracles in her life. And now she has been asked to be a speaker. She's working with hospice. She's got wonderful, positive things going on in her life, and she's manifesting her next miracle. And we will have her on again next week to complete, and maybe not complete, but to continue the manifestation of this new miracle that she's calling in, to be able to move off of public assistance for her children and to move to a complete self-employment, to be able to cover her bills and be self-employed and no longer need any public assistance, and to make that transition, which can be a scary time when we're transitioning from having a job to not having a job, or having assistance to not having it, and being self-employed, something that I have helped a lot of people with. And if you are somebody who also would like to have help, give us a call. You can go on my website and you can apply to work with me and have a free session where we can talk face-to-face on Zoom privately about your life and where you want to take it, or about your business and where you want to take it, and about what's going on in your life that you want to release and let go of, and what you'd like to bring new coming into your life. So go to divineceochat.com and book an appointment with me for a free consultation, and we will talk. And have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you next Thursday at 3 p.m. EST.